Sometimes, if you listen really hard, you can almost hear it.
Our first ever instant star is...
You're it, girl. You're the real thing.
That moment your life changes.
It's about a girl who is just about to fly off and see the world.
Forever.
Jude Harrison!
Hello, and welcome to the Breakdown, an Instant Star Rewatch podcast. I am here with my lovely co-host, Sam.
And I'm here with the beautiful Chloe.
And today, we are recapping / deep diving episode 108, Unsweet 16.
Yes. Bear with us.
Yes, this is a big episode. This is probably the biggest episode of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the season finale. No. This is the big one.
This episode sets up the rest of the season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Original air date, March 6th, 2005, or August 12th, 2005 for the USA. Shall I read my Wikipedia synopsis?
Sure. Because I totally cheated and watched it on YouTube as I was wrapping presents this year.
Okay. It's Jude's 16th birthday, and G Major is planning the birthday party of a lifetime. But when she overhears someone's love confession and discovers what Shay has been up to while he's been on tour, her birthday is about to turn into a huge disaster. As she has an intimate moment with someone, the night would go messy, ending in Jude having her heart broken by 2 different guys.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, you get the honors of your recap, but first of all, what did you think of the episode?
I love to hate this episode and I hate to love it because it's so bittersweet.
Yep. I was reading some of the YouTube comments, and it seems that people don't like this episode as much in 2021.
Yeah, I think in 2021 it definitely there were some points where I was like, yeah, that definitely doesn't fly in 2021. But I mean, watching it back in 2005 when it aired, everything that was said and done was very happening in that time.
Yeah.
So
I loved the episode, and
I mean, when it comes down to it, I love it. It's one of my favorite episodes. I hate what happens, but I love the overall episode.
Yeah, and I think it really, I don't know, we'll get into it. We'll get into like the Tommy side of things. But I think that, yeah, Tommy, he perhaps doesn't behave in the best way in this episode, but I think it also shows his true feelings for Jude.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just an arse like Shay is.
Yeah. Is it bad to say that I'm so glad we're done with Shay now? It's bad because I went in this time and I was like, I'm going to give Shay a chance. I'm not just going to straight up hate him. And I'm like, I'm so done. I'm so glad we're done with Shay.
You were way more
like 4 episodes, but I'm so glad we're done.
You were way more forgiving with Shay. You're like, I'm going to give him a chance. And this whole time I've just been like, yeah, I don't like him.
No. I tried. I really did. I tried, writers. I tried. Star Gods. I tried.
But was he written to be liked? I don't think he was.
I don't think he was. I really don't. Like, if I was to try to compare Shay to anybody like today, I think he would be kind of like that Drake, that Machine Gun Kelly. Like, he has his hardcore fans, and then everybody else is just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Well, let's get into your recap.
Okay, so it is Jude's 16th birthday, and I love the opening scene where Tommy is just like, go get me more coffee.
Yep.
So she goes to get him coffee and she finds a little pancake, snack cake, birthday cake. And he tells her to make a wish. And I really want to know what Tommy wished when he blew out his candle on his lighter, because for Jude, I mean, you can kind of guess what hers was.
What do you think she wished for?
I think she just wished for a good birthday and for everybody to be like get along and not a crazy day.
Yeah. I wonder what did Tommy wish? I wish
Like,
not to upset Jude. Who knows?
yeah, please don't let me piss off today.
I loved
But, like,
that scene.
I've always wondered that. I've always wondered. I'm like, he's making a wish too, but what is he wishing?
Yeah. Yes. Send in your suggestions. Let us know.
Yes, please. What do you think Tommy wished for? And then so the next scene is Kat and Jamie and Jude at her birthday breakfast with her parents, which I'm sad we don't see Sadie at all in this episode. If we do, it's only for like a second, but I don't think we see her at all.
No, I don't think so.
Weird that you don't see her at her sister's, like, at least either at the family breakfast or at the party. Because, I mean, you see her mom and you see her dad, but you don't see her sister. And his sister would be there.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that, actually.
I'm guessing it's just one of those things you're just supposed to be like, oh, Sadie's there somewhere.
Yeah. I guess what storyline could they have given her?
Yeah. Or even just to have her like pop in and say happy birthday.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, and then so Jude spends the day at G Major getting ready and getting spoiled, and she gets driving lessons in the Viper. No, Jude, Tommy is not giving you his Viper. Which, deep dive later, doesn't she kind of end up with the Viper at some point in a later season anyway? Question mark, come back to?
Let's come back to that, because I actually have no idea.
You know what season I'm thinking of? When he takes off back home and she like watches all of his stuff in season 4.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yes, come back to season 4. Everybody forget what I just said.
Let's make a note.
But yeah, she gets driving lessons in the Viper. Apparently, she's not a good driver, which I can see that.
Yeah,
because I'm not a good driver. And my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, and it might come up again later, is the Quest Tommy, where Quest is like, I know you, man, you're falling for this car, and Tommy just lays it all out where he's like, you think that it's cool, that the coolest car I know, the car that gets me the most is 16. He's like, I'm not that guy.
Yep.
And Quest is like, but if she was 21, he's like, in a split second, which again, the ages, like, I don't know if they were trying to like keep it America friendly, because in the USA, you're not legal till you're 21, and you know you have to be 21. You can buy cigarettes when you're 18, but for everything else, you have to be 21 to like drink, to vote, to do all that.
See, in the UK, it's 18.
Yeah, like everywhere else, it's 18, but apparently in America, because we're that special. And so I'm like, I get why they said back then. I got why they said 21, but now I'm like, yeah, Canadian show. Sadie is 18. She doesn't have to be 21.
Yep.
And so it throws me off with but I also get it with the song review coming up later.
Yeah.
Why they say 21.
Yeah.
So because that song would not be the same if it was time to be 18.
No.
And then we go on, and it's the party, and Shay shows up, and dickest move of the episode, he admits that he cheated on her with Eden, of all people. Damn bitch. Just keeps popping her head back up.
And also, like, why ruin someone's birthday by telling her?
Yeah, like, do it the day before, the day after, not at the freaking birthday party.
No.
So Tommy doesn't beat the crap out of him, although he wants to. He just kind of knocks heads with him and walks out. Jamie punches him. Well, tries to punch him. He punches a wall.
Yes.
Jamie's not the luckiest when it comes to that champion Kung Fu fighter person he wanted to be on the wish list. And we go on throughout the party, but Jude storms out and Tommy finds it in the alleyway.
Hashtag iconic.
Hashtag iconic. I still love that line where he's like asking the wrong guy. Jude's asking him all these questions about why she's so easy to give up and guys just forget about her.
Yep.
And Tommy delivers this most beautiful, powerful line. Then he's like, you're asking the wrong guy, and then he kisses her, and they kiss, and then somebody comes out, and it gets kind of awkward, but it happened. Yeah, it was an actual kiss this time. It was not one-sided.
Yep. I think that also ties back to a real kiss isn't in the lips, it's in the heart. And that was in the heart.
Yes, it was. Very much in the heart. Sorry, I'm doing a really bad job with this. I was very excited. I rewatched this episode like 3 times just in order to for the podcast because I kept on missing things. So she goes back into the party. Well, kind of. She is sulking in Studio A, and Tommy is sulking in his office, and EJ and her parents and Georgia kind of wrapping up the party. We have a cute little scene between Jamie and Kat, who agree now is not the time to tell Jude that they're dating. I really don't think that would have been the time. She probably would have lost the lid on him.
Yes.
But he did give Kat this little pony because on her wish list, she said she wanted a pony and the perfect boyfriend. So Kat got a wish list.
That was cute.
Yes. And then at the end of the night, Tommy comes up to Jude and says that they have, if they want to continue to work together and be producer and artist and all this and that they have to pretend the kiss never happened.
We will deep dive into that as well.
Yes, we will, because as Chris pointed out only on the episode, Tommy would not be the first producer to cross that line.
Yep.
Gotta love Chris.
That was a good recap. What did you have for the episode theme? I had heartbreak because
just heartbreak.
Jude and Shay break up. Tommy and Jude can't be together. Even Kat and Jamie can't really be together because it has to be secret.
I just had heartbreak.
Yeah.
I was like, Unsweet 16 is a very tiny, feeling good episode name.
Yes. Oh, well.
I think everybody expects this Sweet 16 to be like perfect and happy and this and that. And I know from personal experience, mine was not.
I didn't even have a 16th birthday party. Like, I've never had an actual birthday party. Which is fine by me because I hate parties. So, did you have a Sweet 16?
I had a little get together. My big one was my 18th. I was like, I don't want a bunch of people together in like over the top dresses and this and that when we're all just gonna stand around and ignore each other anyway.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe for my 40th, I'll have a birthday party. Because I've already missed my 30th. Okay. Something I'd like to try for our deep dive episodes is where we do a deep dive about certain aspects of the episode. Because I feel like every season has one big episode. Sometimes two.
Yeah.
Like I think season 1, this is the big episode.
Mhm.
So I've written down some deep dive topics, and I think you have as well.
Mhm.
So let's start with the whole episode has Tommy and Jude flirting. They're just flirting back and forth.
So much flirting.
Is it creepy because of the age gap, or is it true love that they can't do anything about? Let's discuss.
See, one thing about Jude and Tommy to me, their age gap was never a big deal.
I know that
Not
in the YouTube comments, people are like, "Oh, she's only 15 and he's 6 years old, 7 years older than her."
But like, I think it depends on the environment you grew up in, because like my mom and the man who raised me were 10 years apart in age. So I literally had an age gap morning, noon, and night. All my friends dated people older than them, not by 10 years, but like some of my girlfriends had guys that were 5 years older than them. Some of the dudes were dating, like we were seniors, and one of the guys was dating a sophomore. I mean, so, and I was like the only normal one that would like date with him at class. But even I had crushes on like older guys.
Same with me. Like I've always gone for older guys. When I was 16 or 15, I had a crush on like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He may have even been older, I don't remember. And when I was 19, I dated a 29-year-old. I mean, he acted like he was 16, so. I've always gone for older guys, and also, I don't get what people's problem is. Yeah, they kissed in this episode, but he never actually crosses a line until she's 18.
Exactly.
And I think that shows that he's not being a creep. He really has true feelings for her. And
exactly. And the whole thing is I know, I was saying earlier about 21 and all that in America, but the legal age of consent in America is 18.
I think it's 16 in England.
It might, well, it's like differentiates. I mean, there's all types of laws, but you can consent at 16, but the opposite has to be within so many years, and then, but like 18 is fine. You're considered an adult.
Yeah.
I mean, so age gaps have never bothered me. I mean, my grandparents, all my grandpas are older than my grandmothers.
I think there's a 12-year age gap with my dad and stepmom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking like huge age gaps. I'm talking 4 or 5 years, but.
And also, when something is true love or meant to be,
it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like she's 13 or 14.
No. And I can see that Tommy has like true valid feelings for her. That's why in every episode, we're both like, Tommy's sticking up for Jude again. He's always swooping in. It's not because he's a creep, it's because he's in love with her.
Yes.
I mean, he might not always go about things the right way, but Who does?
And he's trying to. I think he's being more of a gentleman by not doing things with her than just acting on that physical attraction.
Yeah.
Now, if he was to say like back in episode 1, if he was to kiss her back, I would have been like, well, that was a dick move.
Yep. Yeah, he says you're 15.
Yeah. Because, I mean, one thing that they did is they set it up from episode 1 that there's something between Jude and Tommy.
Yeah, I'll get to that point.
And they've set it up where Jude is the teenager in this relationship and is trying to read so much into it and figure it out, where Tommy's the adult and he's like, if there's ever a chance, I gotta be smart about it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so far, Shay's treated her like crap more than anyone else.
Yeah.
And he's what, 18?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that leads me to the next deep dive. Is Jude egging Tommy on? I mean, she kisses him in the car on the cheek. She says, there's not one thing I'd change about you. She's not innocent in this. She likes him and she's flirting with him even though she has a boyfriend. I mean,
I love when Jude says, oh, what'd she say?
there's not one thing I'd change about you.
Well, I love when she says that. But I love when she tells Kat, I'm an emotional.
Oh, adulteress.
Yes. Because I'm like, thank you. You're 16. But good God, woman.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, he totally wishes he could have me now. It's like,
You don't get it.
She blows hot and cold as much as Tommy does.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, she's complicit in this. They both like each other. There is chemistry and attraction. I don't think it's creepy. I can't see that.
No. I think maybe the first time through, like when I watched the episode for the first time, because I'm that person that I would watch it once and then watch it again on like Wednesday because I didn't have any homework and there was nothing else on. Like maybe the first time I was like, but I mean, I shipped Jude and Tommy from day one.
Yeah.
So I never really. There were some times where I was like, that's a little questionable, but I was also a year older than everyone in my class. So while they were 16, I was 17. While they were 17, I was 18. So my feelings and my emotions have always been like a year ahead than my friends and stuff like that. So I never really saw it as gross either. When I was watching it, I just saw it as they're in a possible situation right now.
And the next deep dive point is Tommy did the right thing by saying Jude was out of bounds. Like,
yeah,
he's not the guy to cross that line, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings for her.
Right. I mean, you can have feelings and do the wrong thing with those feelings, and I've seen it happen, and it blows up in your face. Or you can be mature and responsible like Tommy's doing and say she's out of bounds. I can't. Not only is the age gap and with them a thing, but there's also a lot at stake. I mean, he is a producer, which
that he's so much more than a producer, but we've talked about that before. He's, they write songs together, they work together, they play together. He knows her family, and and even later, it does cause some issues.
Yeah. I think he did the right thing, and
Yeah.
I think that if he was a creep, he would just be getting what he wanted and then throwing her away.
Yeah. Think about what would have happened if he hadn't said that and he just went after it. It would be it would have totally changed the show.
Yeah.
But besides that, it would have changed his character. It would have changed hers. It would have not made sense at this point.
No. Well, let's talk about the kiss outside then, because it is the most iconic part of the episode and probably the season.
Yes.
I don't even know how to deep dive the scene in the rain. I don't even know where to start.
Still secretly want to kiss in the rain.
Everything about it, like he goes out there to comfort her. Did he go out there to kiss her? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
No.
I think he went outside to talk to her and to comfort her about Shay and to bring her spirits back up and to get her back into the party and to do, like he said a few episodes ago, to kind of pick up the pieces and get her back to where she should have been having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Jude projecting her anger onto him, acting like Tommy's in the same boat as Shay, never wanting her back. Yeah. I think it just kind of pushed him over the edge.
Yeah. Because I want to know, and the thing we don't ever see is we don't see, Tommy at home. So we don't know how long these thoughts have been, going through his head. Yeah. How long he's been battling. God, I wish she was 18. God, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of all bubbling up now. Now he's saying to Quest, this is how he feels.
Yeah.
I don't know how to deep dive the kiss. It's just
the kiss.
It's just the kiss.
Well, 4 seasons, and that's still one of the iconic scenes.
Yeah. Well, I do know how to deep dive the next point, which is Tommy asking Jude to say the kiss never happened. Is that gaslighting? Is he protecting their working relationship? Or is he gaslighting her? Because I saw some comments that said he was gaslighting her by saying never happened. But I disagree, because he says they both have to agree that it never happened. He's not saying you imagined it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gaslighting her.
I think people are being way too sensitive.
Yeah, I think he's definitely protecting their friendship, their working relationship.
Because gaslighting is when you say something to someone and you say to someone, oh, you said that, and they say, I didn't say that. That's gaslighting. Yeah. Tommy doesn't say,
you have to,
I didn't kiss you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gaslighting. I think he's he wants to keep working with her. And he's right, they do have to agree it never happened.
Yeah. Because he knows that if they don't agree to it, it's gonna bubble up and it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah, there's no good way this can end if they told everyone, oh, we kissed.
Yeah.
Like, Georgia's already insinuated that she knows that there's like a thing happening with them.
Yeah.
But because she doesn't know anything, I guess it's just
She
kind of a
can't know.
hunch.
Yeah. But if Georgia or EJ would lose her freaking mind. Oh my God. EJ would go batshit crazy on his ass.
Yep. Or, I don't know, I feel like she would be so shocked to begin with, but then typical EJ, she'd turn it into a publicity thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this could be so good. Like,
Yeah.
maybe. Did you have any other deep dive points?
You hit on mine.
Amazing. Because I just said, as I was watching this episode, I wrote down that I feel like Jude and Tommy is kind of like Romeo and Juliet. They can't be together, but because of their age gap, not because of their families.
Yeah.
And also, like you said earlier, the writers have set them up from day one.
Yeah.
And it proved that in the montage that played during Time to Be Your 21. Like all the flashback clips. I was like, see, this just... You don't get any flashback clips of her with anybody else in any song.
No.
So the writers knew what was up, let's be fair.
Well, and to be fair, again, I'm speaking way ahead of time, but that was us. The flashbacks and that was us.
My favorite song of the whole show. They made a whole like mini music video of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I know what I'm watching after this.
Well, let's get into our likes and dislikes. I have so many likes, but you go first.
Oh my gosh. So likes. I love Jude's party dress. Like
Same.
she looks so good in that. I like the party, except for when Shay showed up. In my dislikes, I just wrote Shay.
Same.
In really big, like capital letters.
Same.
I like that they got the Gibson. I like that G major, which I'm trying to make sense in my head. I'm trying to figure out how G major could afford to throw at the party when they couldn't afford to shoot the video. But money issues anyway.
We'll put that in the what the fuck moments.
Yes. That actually was my what the fuck moment.
I didn't even think about that. See, this is why we do this together.
And I love the driving lessons. I love the kiss. I love the Crest and Tommy scene. I'm really surprised that I went back and forth in my hashtag iconic because I went in thinking, oh, the kiss automatically. But then I got to that scene and I forgot how much I love that scene.
I just chose the kiss because I just think it's...
Oh,
like,
I ended up picking the kiss.
Like, normally I choose so many
to.
different ones. I was like, no, this episode, it just has to be the one scene.
Yes. I was just like, I'm going to put this, but I might have to. We'll see what happens when the podcast records. Or I just put one as my favorite. I do like the little moment between her mom and dad where her mom is like, I think dads are always the last to know. It was nice to see like their fractured relationship pause for a second because of Jude.
Yeah, and I'm getting confused in the timeline because we're doing our recaps, but then I'm listening to Alex's recaps on Patreon, and she's a couple of episodes ahead of us.
Oh.
So every time I watch episodes for our recap, I'm like, wait, like where are we in the story? Yeah, at the moment their fractured relationship is going okay.
So those are my likes.
I had a few. I had similar ones to you. Jude's green dress. Green is my favorite color, so I was happy. The cake scene with Jude and Tommy, I just thought that was great.
Yes.
I love Jude singing the original Time to Be Your 21 just on the acoustic guitar.
Yes.
I love how the lyrics then change from Time to Be Your Only One, which was for Shay, to
Ugh.
Time to Be Your 21, which is obviously for Tommy. I love the driving scene, not so much the driving scene, but like the bit where he pulls the keys out and he says, "There's not one thing I'd change about you." I was like, what is happening here? Like, previous episodes, they've just been screaming at each other, and now they're like, "Oh, there's not one thing I'd change about you."
So many moments.
I can't keep up with them.
No.
Tommy giving Jude his jacket in the rain, like such a gentleman.
Yes.
The kiss in capital letters, that's all I have.
Yes.
And then the Time to Be Your 21, like the montage of all the different Jommy clips.
Yes.
Did you have any dislikes?
I put Shay, like, it literally took up like 4 lines in all capital letters with exclamation points. And then I was just like, douchebag. And then I put no Sadie, sad.
I love how I never notice if Sadie's in an episode.
I don't know why I always notice.
You're a Sadie fan secretly.
I am. I think I just have to admit it. I love my Sadie.
I love Laura, but not so much Sadie.
Yes, I love Laura. I think that's what it is. Oh, tidbit. I watched her in a holiday movie. Anyway.
Really?
Yes. And then, as much as I understand it, I still hate the whole we have to pretend it never happened. As much as I understand it and I agree with it, I freaking hate it.
Yeah, if I was 16 and someone I just made out with told me that, I would not be doing well.
No. And like poor Jude probably had to go home and like sob in the bathtub to depressing music.
Yes. Just all the things you used to do as an emo 16-year-old.
Yes.
I only had 2 dislikes. Shay and Eden come as 1 dislike because,
Yes.
let's be honest.
Can't really separate the two.
How can you invite Eden to your girlfriend's birthday party where you're going to tell her that you cheated on your girlfriend with Eden, who you've invited? What? Like, just...
What goes through his head?
Oh. And then my other dislike is I really didn't like how Jude treated Kat in this episode. Like,
No.
I feel like Kat has been at this point such a good friend to Jude.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Kat just trying to tell her a simple thing like, "Hey, I'm dating Jamie." And Jude is so caught up in like what Tommy said and seeing Shay, like she just doesn't even give her a second to tell her.
No.
That's coming from a Jude lover, but sometimes
Yes.
she does not treat her friends very well.
No.
Poor Kat. Justice for Kat.
Yes. Cat needs some love.
Yes. Did you have any funnies?
My funny is like Jamie's where he tried to punch Shay. I just freaking love that.
So good. I had 3. Some of the dresses that Jude tries on are so early
Yeah.
2000s. Like, oh
Oh
my
my god. Yes.
It's like G Major on a budget. Like,
Yes.
did you notice that Jude was wearing 2 watches at the family breakfast?
No.
She had one on that chunky leather
Yeah.
And then one on the other, like a normal watch on the other wrist. I was like, what? Why?
I don't ever remember two watches being a thing, but
Especially
okay.
on different wrists. Like, what? And then my only other funny was Jamie trying to punch Shay. It's like, what does he think is going to happen?
I mean, I don't think Jamie has a lot of brain cells in
No.
season 1.
I mean, he does care about Jude a lot. So I guess he's just doing it for Jude.
I guess, but you're still going to try to punch Shay? I mean,
Yeah. Did you have any what the fuck moments? I had quite a few.
my big one was how are they going to afford to throw that party when they couldn't pay for the music
I love
video?
that.
There was that, and what is the deal with people in cakes that things come out of the top of? I never understood those. I don't understand. I'm like, that's a waste of money. That's a waste of cake.
Yeah, I'd rather have
You're
cake.
going to get my pretty gift all messed up.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why is cell phone service so bad with Jude and Shay talking in the car? Like, where is he? He's obviously in a city somewhere. How can they be like breaking up? Like how can the service be breaking up? It just doesn't make sense. Jude says she misses her and Tommy hanging out. When have they ever hung out?
Hung out. Yes.
Never. He's like, I know. I'm like, tell me when you hung out. Seriously.
Yes. Because last hangout, I remember ended you and kissing her sister.
Yes. I'd love to know what Georgia and Darius's history is. I feel like they were flirting at the party.
Yes. And I'm like, I'm so confused by Georgia because I'm like, do you have history with Darius and DJ? Do you have
And Tommy.
and Tommy? I mean, we all know Tommy's kind of a man whore. Or was at one point, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I feel like she has history with all of them. I don't know. I'd love to know more.
Which, okay, if people are hung up on Jude and Tommy, Age Gap, can we talk about Jude, Georgia, and Tommy?
Yes. Yes. Oh, so strange.
Oh, God.
Jude's guitar that comes out of the cake. Do we ever see her play it? I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
She gets the other guitar. Well, she has the other guitar. We never see this one again.
No?
It's a Gibson. Why would you not use a Gibson?
Was that the one she uses in season 2?
Nope.
No?
No, she uses her Fender for season 2.
Yeah.
So weird. And then my last what the fuck is, who are the couple who interrupt Jude and Tommy in the rain? Love to know more.
Love to know more. And how did you end up on that side?
So weird.
Yes.
Okay. Heroes and villains. I think we're both going to agree on both of these things.
Yes.
Who was your hero?
Tommy.
Same. Who was your villain?
Shay.
Same. That was so easy.
Yes.
Well, song review. Time to be your 21. I would love to know your thoughts on this song.
Okay. Original. When we hear the little snippet acoustic we heard, I was gonna give it a 7. But what we hear later gets an 8.5, just because I love Time to Be a 21.
I feel like I'm in the minority here. I gave it a 7. I'm so harsh with my song ratings. I vote the songs from the show by whether or not I skip them when I play the soundtracks. And this tends to be one that I skip. It's just, maybe it reminds me of Shay. I don't know. It's a good song, but I don't necessarily listen to it a lot.
That makes sense.
I think
See, it's
seven's a
one I
reasonable score.
always listen to. I have to listen to Time to Be a 21.
Really? Tell me why.
I don't know. I think it's just because I tend to block out the Shay half of it. Because I'm so like over him by that point. I tend to forget that he was the original inspiration.
Yeah.
And I just I like what it says. There's a guy I can relate it to, which helps. Because there was a crush at that point when that song came out. That was, yeah. Let's just say I wish I was 18.
Tell me more offline. I mean, I like the song. It's just, I feel like I've been really harsh with all my song ratings this season.
8.5 might be too much. I would maybe go an 8. Yeah, I would go an 8.
I just think when I know about the songs that are coming up in season 2 is
Yeah.
where I really fell in love with most of the songs.
Yes. Now, season 2, there's still 2 more songs that I know are going to get at least a 9 in
same.
season 1. But season 2 and 3, my God.
I think season
love
2
those
is my
songs.
best soundtrack.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Did you have any pop culture? I had to
I
kind
don't
of
have any.
flick back. I only found 3, which I was surprised about.
Only one I had was Jude gets a Gibson guitar that, and I heard Gibsons are better than Fenders.
Yeah. Well, I obviously had the episode title. Unsweet 16 is a song by American rock band Wakefield. Have you heard of them?
No.
Me neither. From their debut album American Made, released in 2003. Kat says Indiana Jones has been digging up like he's searching for the Holy Grail. Obviously, Indiana Jones is a very famous American movie franchise. In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones seeks to find the Holy Grail, which is a very famous medieval treasure. And then my only other one is Shay says to Jamie, start running Gumby. Gumby is apparently an American clay animation franchise. I've never seen it. Apparently, Gumby is slender and tall
and green.
Green. Does Jamie look like Gumby?
He actually does because of his height and his long arms and long legs.
Amazing. Okay, favorite quotes. I have 6. It's crazy.
I have 3.
Okay.
And they're really all over the place. So I have Jude's I'm emotional temptress.
Oh yeah.
And I have, it's not really a quote, it's just the whole it's my favorite scene too, but it's the quest Tommy, she's 16 and I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I have that one.
And then believe it or not, it's you're asking the wrong guy.
I have that one too.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
I have it's your birthday, not your coronation, when Jude says, you're giving me your Viper.
Yes.
You can be a serious pain in the butt, Quincy, but there's not one thing I'd change about you.
Yes, I forgot that one.
I have the coolest chick I know is 16, so we have the same one. You're asking the wrong guy. Pick up your jaw, man, when Quest says to Tommy.
Yes, I forgot that one. Oh my gosh.
And Tommy saying to Shay, you're not worth the sweat. I was so cool.
Yes. Tommy's just I'm too cool for you, dude.
Yes. We're at #iconic. I think we're both gonna have the same one.
Yes. I
Kiss in the
mean, the
rain.
kiss in the alleyway.
Yes.
It's gotta be.
And not
I'm
just the
pretty
kiss, like the
sure.
whole scene.
Yes, not just the kiss, like asking the wrong guy, the
Giving her his
ring,
jacket.
the jacket, all of it.
Yeah. And how it was shot as well. Like, I don't know, I just love
Oh, I love
Like,
how it's shot.
the far out camera angle when Jude's there by herself. It's just great.
Yes.
Truly is the hashtag iconic of the episode.
Yes. Might be hashtag iconic of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yes. I think
It
we've
really-
had hashtag iconic of the season.
We should do that on the finale.
Yes, we should.
We should have like overall iconic and overall something else. We'll think about it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I truly think this episode sets up the rest of season 1 and what happens.
Oh yeah.
Like,
This episode really sets up like the rest of the series.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's very pivotal.
Yeah. So much, like, I don't want to say so much happened, but so much has happened in this episode that it really lays the ground, like the very basic groundwork for season 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Especially 4.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, this is where it's kind of like no going back from this episode and what happens. Like,
Yeah.
even other people that Jude ends up with at certain points. Like,
Mm.
this has just set the tone for Jude and Tommy.
For me, this was the episode where I was like, okay, I'm in this fandom. I am in this show until it ends.
Yep.
This was like my either make it or break it, because all the episodes before that, I was like, yeah, I like them, but enough. Come on. And then this episode, I was like, oh shit. I was like, never mind.
Yep.
I am in.
Same. 100%. And also the next episode. The next episode is
Yes.
second best of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, let's spin the wheel for most likely to. These are so random. Most likely to try to lift something heavy on their own.
Jamie.
I was just thinking that. Yes, Jamie, 100%. Oh, Jamie.
You gotta love Jamie.
I do as a friend.
Yes, as a friend.
I'm going to have so many thoughts as we move through the rest of season 1 about Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that was our recap of episode 108, Unsweet 16. Can't believe that we're already up to episode 8. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Next episode we'll be recapping will be probably early in the new year, after the holidays. Will be episode 109, Lose This Skin. Can't wait for that one.
No, can't wait.
As always, thank you so much for listening, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Breakdown, an Instant Star Rewatch podcast. The Breakdown was produced by me, Chloe, and Neon Network Production. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and listen to all episodes of The Breakdown on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. See you next time.